Hi, I'm Madeline. Welcome to my sewing corner, where I don't just talk about sewing, I talk about life, things like entrepreneurship, self-discovery, mindset, just a whole bunch of shit. So I'm really happy that you are here and can't wait to start a new journey with you guys. Not me about to cry, what the hell? And I can't wait to teach y'all how to sew and how to be happy people. I mean, I can't teach you how to be happy, but like, you know, just changing your mindset and the way that you look at things and the way that you look at life. And I also want to have some separate paid content, like a subscription-based thing. I guess think of it as like an OnlyFans, but for sewing, and we're not taking our clothes off or putting them on. So that's kind of how I think about it. If you have a cool name, like something we could call it, like Only Threads, Only Fashion, I don't know, some shit like that. If you have ideas, please let me know, because I could just, start a whole new thing. I can go more in depth with teaching sewing, like teaching people how to make a one-of-one piece out of recycled materials. That is my specialty. That is my brand, Madeline. That's what I try to focus on. So everything is one of one. It's all sustainable materials, usually like thrifted or dead stock fabric. So I would love to be able to teach that to other people. I'm definitely gonna have some videos that are tutorials, just for the more simple stuff, like how to use a sewing machine and a serger, and making something really basic. So I'll definitely have all those videos on here. And just a little bit about me: I am 30 years old. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I have been sewing on and off for about 18 years. I got my first sewing machine when I was 12 and learned everything that I know from either my grandma or YouTube. Didn't go to fashion school. Like, there's just no need for that. I mean, I'm sure it's a great experience. Like, I would have loved to have gone if I had the money for that. But I think, you probably learn a lot of good technical skills there, and it's probably super fucking fun, but you don't need it. Like, you can go to YouTube University and then Google stuff. Like, it's not easy. Like, it's hard. You definitely have to practice. But just buy yourself a sewing machine and start. Like, you can start with me. I'll teach you. Been in business about 3 years, and then it's actually coming up on my 3rd anniversary of when I announced my launch of my business and my brand to everyone. It was Juneteenth of 2023 when I first posted and was like, hey, this is a thing now. So the public anniversary is coming up. I've wanted to be a fashion designer forever. For a lot of people, it's just a phase and you grow out of it, or you think, oh, that's not realistic, that's not a real job. Like, that's honestly what I've realized about life, is so much of it is just us like needing to get back to our inner child and do the things that we used to love to do before people told us that we couldn't do it. And for me, like, I let people get into my head like that for sure. And up until 2022, it was like the end of 2022, like literally like New Year's Eve, that was my last day working as a bartender waitress, and I was like, no, I'm gonna fucking do this. So I mean, I put my 2 weeks in, but I quit, and then literally just started off of the money I had saved, and that's what I used to start my business. But I also was, how old was I at the time? I think I was like 26. Yeah, I was 26, and like I decided what I was gonna do, but I also kind of like fucked off for a little bit. I grew up being in the service industry. I never had weekends free, I couldn't really do anything. So I definitely took some time off to like go out on the weekends and like have fun. Still in a building process. Things are definitely picking up. Like I am getting more customers, more orders, more people that are just like interested in coming to a fashion show, and just definitely expanding my social network. I think it's finally time that I start posting videos and start teaching, start sharing the journey and the process. And you know, I do a lot of process videos as far as like sewing, like showing you the before and the after, and like kind of a process of what I go through to make a piece. But I want to start being more than just the girl behind the sewing machine, behind the camera, like filming stuff. Like I want to get my face out there and like my personality, and like share my experience with entrepreneurship and self-discovery, all of the things that have led me to this point. I should have started filming videos a long time ago. I was just stopping myself. I was like, everybody's doing that. Everybody's an influencer, content creator. It's like oversaturated. Same thing with clothes. Like you can think the same thing with starting a clothing brand. You could think, okay, everybody already has a brand. Same thing with when I was doing like online fitness coaching. I signed up for this like $7,000 program for a mentorship. I do remember him saying on the phone to me in the like 5-minute conversation we had when he was trying to convince me to buy his program. Well, he did say, because I mentioned that, I was like, who am I to do this? Because there's already so many online coaches. There's already all these people doing fitness or nutrition or personal training, whatever. And he basically said, people don't buy coaching, they buy coaches. And that's what I paid the $3,500 for, honestly, because I apply that to every aspect of life now. Like when I think about my business and my brand, it's like, okay, they're not just buying clothes, they're buying you and your personality, your work ethic, you know, your particular style, your art, like all of these things that you are, that's what they're buying. It's not just the shirt or the skirt or the pants. People can go on Amazon or Shein, Fashion Nova, whatever, they can buy whatever the hell they want. That's how I had to start looking at it, is realizing people can go anywhere to buy clothes. So why are they gonna come to me? I always say made one of one. That's kind of my thing, because you know, one of one in the art and fashion world, like there's only one like it. But then I started thinking, how can I apply that to people as well and myself? Like, okay, I am one of one. You are one of one. There's no replica of you. I had to think of an identity that my brand could have that would set me apart, because there's other people that sew and make their own clothes, you know, but what is it that I'm going to do that's going to be different? And I think, you know, everybody needs that. Yeah, I'm not an expert, definitely not a business expert. Still so many days where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do next. Like those times still happen a lot for me, but I realize that, you know, everybody wants to feel special. Just like these clothes, you are one of one. But yeah, we're gonna learn how to sew. Let's get started.